Let's crank up the sound effects for this. I have never seen anybody playing this build, and it's so immersive and so fun and effective. There's a lot of synergy between storm blasting and tactical arrow that it feels like these two things were made to work together. Although I came to this character through thematic design. Let's just see how it plays. This is a radio mission set to 5x. I'm level 34. I'm not incredibly slotted, but let's just see how this goes. Build up. Aim. This will knock down some guys. I'm going to move my storm cell back to this position. Blue arrow. Knock him down. AoE. Let's drop oil slick arrow right underneath them. And we'll stun him. And then the lightning procs are going to set the oil on fire, just like you see here. No problem. We're playing on 5x as a radio mission. This is not optimized. This build kicks ass, dude. So for me, a blaster's valid when I can play on 4x solo. The blaster build that I'm playing is, I consider it to be valid and fun as a solo. And you bring a lot of utility to your groups by slowing everything. You've got a single target hold. You've got plenty of recharge. Oil slick arrow knocks them down, and we can ignite that. And we have an AoE stun. And I'm pretty sure I could run this on 6x right now. And we wouldn't have a problem. So we'll storm cell to get this started. Let's stun the back line. Drop oil slick right here. My AoE is ready. It's probably going to ignite. There you go. Oil slick's ignited. And I'm going to blue arrow to keep them nice and slow in the fire and inside of storm cell. A lot of people do not like storm cell. The changes were made to it, or they've never liked it. And I can understand where they're coming from. But this works just fine, if you ask me. Second group aggroed. Let's see. I'm going to drop category 5, build up, aim. Drop oil slick arrow. I'm going to step out. Oh, I got rooted. That's fine. There we go. Oil slick just ignited by a proc from the storm cell lightning. I did not hit it. The storm cell lightning proc will ignite your oil slick for you. Just going to use cover here while I continue to kill stuff. This was not an ideal start to this fight. AoE stun incoming. Let's see, the minions are stunned. We are tearing it up, dude. This is a fun build. Alright. This is not built to be a blapper. I personally build my blasters to remain in a glass cannon configuration. It's just my playstyle. Do whatever you want with your blasters. But let's just see how it goes. Can we one-shot this with a build-up and a sniper shot? I will say this build does excellent with AoE, I think. I'm going to glue arrow right here. Oil slick. And then that oil slick's going to ignite as soon as I hit this AoE chain lightning. We'll ignite it every single time. It's on an 8-second cooldown. Look, nice and slow in the glue arrow. And they're in the storm cell still. They recently changed storm cell to not follow you around. Not everyone's real thrilled about that, which I get. But it honestly, like, the validity of this power combination, this build, it just doesn't matter to me. Like, I still feel like everything's ready when I need it, when I want it. Let's AoE stun these guys. And let's get this oil on fire. So chain lightning will ignite it every single time. It will ignite your oil slick arrow. But what also ignites it is using your storm powers within the storm cell will cause random lightning procs, and those will ignite your oil slick for you without you even having to think about it. So yeah, this build does great, dude. It's super fun. So I came to this build by theme. I wanted to do an angel, like the idea of an angel character that controls the weather over Earth or whatever as a hero. And so I wanted something that would go with that secondary blasting set, the Storm Blaster primary and the second tactical arrow. And I was like, okay, well, what if this character, you know, had a bow? Like, pulled out this bow to do a couple shots. That's kind of in line with that theme. And so I came through it through theme, and then it just ended up working so well. Now for me, I like to play on like a character is valid for solo if I can play on 4x plus 0 level. That to me is like I'm interested enough to play it on solo. And also I wanted to offer some kind of value to a group, which Tactical Arrow brings a lot of value to the groups. I'll show you what I'm doing here with enhancements. This is not very expensively slotted. We're using Positron's Blast here for both of the AoEs, and I'm going with Numina's Coalescence for Eagle Eye to help with the regeneration, and I'm starting to stack regeneration. But mostly this is slotted for recharge right now. This is not something I built in mids. I don't like planning out my builds. I personally like earning the money and getting the IOs and kind of slotting as I go. Direct Strike is using Calibrated Accuracy. Most of this stuff is just for recharge. And then that's why I'm using, obviously, Luck of the Gambler, because I wanted the recharge here and on hover. You absolutely could pick up more defensive stuff and turn this into a blapping build. But me personally, I like to stay Glass Cannon and push that kind of playstyle as far as I can just by using the synergy. This power set comes online early. It's like as soon as you get Glue Arrow and you get Storm Cell and you figure out how to use those things, you can start to use Jet Stream to knock them on their butts, Glue Arrow to keep them away from you and slow them down, and then just burn them down with AoE. The one thing I would say is that the single target damage is not incredible. I'm not saying it's bad. I've just noticed that there are some other blasters that do higher single target damage, but it seems to be doing fine. Like, I kill bosses, I kill everything without a problem. And these are story missions. I do not play a lot of the AE content. Nothing wrong with that if you do, but I just personally like to get out into the world and do story missions, contact missions. Because I do notice that some City Heroes players will avoid certain building groups, like they really don't want to fight Sue, or they don't want to fight... There you go, there's a mission. They don't want to fight Sue, or they don't want to fight certain villain groups. That to me, I mean, do your thing, man. Play your way. But I like being able to take on the content from my contacts and feel like I can do anything that's thrown at me and adjust to the different challenges of those villain groups. Look, there it goes. It's so fun. All right, we'll Blue Arrow, slow them down. Why not use Category 5? If there's one power that I currently have that I just don't feel like I need, believe it or not, it's Category 5. Not that I have anything against Category 5, it's really fun, it's thematic, it's cool, like, it's very effective, but AoE Stun, AoE, the Oil Slick Arrow, and then Glue Arrow are kind of like the go-to buttons that I hit all the time. And you can throw Storm Cell around now on a 10-second cooldown. I do have, if you're going to start, when you start this, I think it's worth putting a range into a range enhancement of some kind into Glue Arrow and a range enhancement on Storm Cell, because the distance that you can throw it is actually not that far, and you want to be able to set up Storm Cell. Here, this is Storm Cell. This is as far as I can throw it with just one range enhancement in it. You want to be able to set Storm Cell up when you're pretty decently far away so that you can get set up for your combo. But once Storm Cell is there, I usually just open with Jet Stream to knock them down, Chain Lightning just to burn down minions as fast as I can, and once I do those two things, they're usually still getting up off the ground, so a little bit stunned, so I might use Oil Slick Arrow at that point, or I open combat by using Upshot and ESD arrows, because I want the extra accuracy to make sure that the stun lands on the minions. But this build is awesome. I recommend you guys give it a shot. I've been having an absolute blast with it. I think you will too. This is Storm Blasting and Tactical Arrow as a secondary. Give it a shot. I think you'll like it. Thanks, guys.